but realistically, what do you expect?
I hope they use this also as a catalyst to their domestic competition. For me, success at Kaizer Chiefs in the Confederations Cup is winning it, to be honest with you, Mr. Gill. Because why are you not winning the thing if you are in it anyway? They only have 3 difficult fixtures, in my opinion. It's the Moroccan teams, it's the Algerian teams. If they do avoid the North African teams, they've got a big
one
chance.
of them in the group. Maybe the trick is to go with them to number 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
They will get one of the North Africans.
God loves Kaizer God loves. They made it to the CAF Champions League final. God loves Kaizer Chiefs. Trust me. They might avoid all the big clubs.
Well, they're going to get them in terms of the group.
Yeah.
Part 1 has like 4 North Africans.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I'm making a calculation, but if the North Africans are number 1 in the group, if Zamalek becomes number 1 in the group, I think Wydad is there as well. Then Bakapele is number 2.
Yeah.
And then you can whatever you get in the knockout phase.
Yeah. Then the fixture becomes important. But I think the only negative thing about this Kaizer Chiefs thing is that Mina now so try someone to talk. Because the fixture might get that's the only
yeah, but anyways, I don't want to demoralize people. I want them to watch our videos. Let's go to Sundowns, win the Champions League.
Mr. Gill.
As far as the expectation, win the Champions League.
Nothing else, Mr. Gill. You've got the squad. First, Mr. Gill, let me give credit to the immensely under pressure Miguel Cardoso for the 2 performances.
Yesterday you gave him credit.
For me, the tie was wrapped up in Nigeria. For me, an incredible performance. And this will, when we talk about Pirates, we'll talk about it. Defensive organization, game management are solid at Mamelodi Sundowns. And this speaks to the football heritage at the football club. Don't underestimate the job that has been done over the years in the Champions League. And it already, Mamelodi Sundowns have solidified themselves as the haunted favorites, in my opinion. I'll call them that because they're a team that has always
them and Al Ahly.
They destroy almost everyone.
It's always Sundowns and Al Ahly.
Yeah.
In the last 5 years, assume one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It will be either Sundowns or Al Ahly. If there's any new faces, about pyramids, then they come from nowhere. But in terms of teams that everyone is looking to beat, it's always going to be Sundowns or Al Ahly.
Mr. Gill, the league is the bread and butter of Mamelodi Sundowns. Number 2, the CAF Champions League has become so important because also you need to consider the fact that it's no longer about ambition. I think it's business imperative as well. Because there's the Club World Cup.
There's a lot of money.
And also you need to be aware it's an AFCON year and the World Cup year. This becomes a very big year for us in African football. But also you have to speak about the base of the team. For me, speaking about the base of the team looks solid. You look at the spine, Ronan Williams, the 2 centre back, Tebo Kongwena, the striker. Considering the fact that the squad depth is frightening, Mushishi is not in that space. You're talking about now they've added Obonuno, who looks really like a great addition into that Mamelodi Sundowns team. You're talking about the fact that the Urenas hasn't played the CAF Champions League this season. So Umvala becomes important because of the bully, the arrogance. He helps us to defend the physical, that's the word, physicality in the CAF Champions League because there's so many things that you deal with in the CAF Champions League. You need the experience of managing a game, the defensive organization, you need goal scorers.
He played yesterday.
Yes, he did.
And I was looking.
Played very well.
That's what you need to
very good at Coleman Simba.
Where are the areas of growth and fixing?
Yeah.
For Sundowns, it's always going to be defense. I think that if you use Umalibongo sparingly, use him in domestic competitions, let him grow because people have to develop and grow. I think he's earned enough caps so far in Champions League, and then you just use him in the league. Your areas for improvement are your defense. There's going to have to come a time where you accept that you don't have to attack with Umodiba. You don't have to attack with them. Golden Arrows showed us how to beat Sundowns. And it was simple. It was because Sundowns showed Golden Arrows how to beat themselves. Which is to say that every time Umodiba leaves his position in Modao, because you want to attack with those fullbacks, there were spaces for Rundo and Kumara behind them, and that's how Golden Arrows beat Sundowns. And I think that African teams, those who with brains, half a brain, they will be able to study that and say, these are the areas of opportunity. All you need to do is leadership at the back. If you have a Grande Ghana back, he pairs up with Cupido, he pairs up with your left footer. Centre back. Yes, Musa Libusa. Thank you. So you have decent options there. If you solidify there, you are maybe a semi-finalist already. You need to fix your back.
Mr. Ngeo, and as well as, I don't want to underestimate the job that the orchestra, Marcelo Allende, I think has been exceptional this season. Let me be honest with you. Let me tell you something, Mr. Ngeo. We've always wanted a Marcelo Allende that plays the way he's been playing in the recent weeks because it becomes an important and an integral part of that Mamelodi Sundowns stabilizing space where sometimes we need to break a low block and we need an extra midfielder to join in the box. Because sometimes, yes, you can attack with 5, but there's games where you need a late run in the box, you need a dead man run, you need somebody who can take shots outside the box. Mr. K, what Sundowns needs is not only the defensive organization, it's also the variation in attack. We can't look predictable at times, where we get into certain progressive lines and we want to play the same ball over and over again, which for me was African teams, they're smart. They've got the energy.
Eventually, when they do a lot of when they do it, because they did it to Coach Rulani, that they decided we're just going to defend. It is up to you to solve the problem.
Mr. K, football is so subjective and it's a game of opinion, I agree. Because you have a drilling wizard, Lucas Ribeiro. You're thinking to yourself, yes, you've got the best player in Africa, Lucas Ribeiro, dribbles to eliminate. But now you don't have that, and now you have Nuno, who's more of a passer, who can pick a pass, it doesn't delay the ball. So now you ask yourself, now you're watching Sundowns, you feel like the missing puzzle is that dribbling wizard. Yeah. And last season, you felt like the missing puzzle is a Nuno.
Well, I suppose the answer is to have both of them at the same time. Unfortunately, you can't.
Yeah.
We can't get away from the fact that the expectation is win the Champions League.
Mr. Gill, nothing less. For me, success at Mamelodi Sundowns is Miguel Cardoso winning the treble, and that treble comes with the major trophy in him winning the Champions League.
Right, there you are. Let's wrap it up then with Orlando Pirates. For Pirates fans, it's a post-mortem. We did with the Bobo speaking about some of the aspects of the game. With you, I'm going to ask, could they have done anything better? As a journalist, as someone who is an opinion maker, there were two things I was asking for the past 7 days. I asked if Pirates were in the semi-finals last time, would this be a failure if it fails to go past the second round? Clearly, it is a failure in that limited perspective. If Orlando Pirates now scores 3 goals in a game and they beat St. Louis 3-0 in full time, can we still see that as a failure? And my answer to myself is that it's not a failure. It's a failure to get to the semi-finals, but it's not a failure. Is there anything they could have done better as we look back? We did the videos when we did them, but as we look back, is there anything they could have done better? How should they reflect on this?
Mr. Ngeo, firstly, let's speak about the tactical gamble, and I will land to the point. For me, the tactical gamble is, and this is a conversation that will be heard until maybe people forget about this Champions League thing, is should he have started with a striker? And I'll get to this point. For me, the game plan was very clear. He wanted to attack with 3 number 10s that wanted to break the defensive wall. But for me, the game was not lost at Orlando Stadium. The game was lost at Congo, at DRC Congo. The inability of the defensive compactness and the defensive discipline, the inability to manage a game from the Orlando Pirates team and players and the technical team as well is where they lost the game. But you cannot crucify a coach and the football club and players for losing a single match. Coming into the game on Saturday, Mr. Gill, the big question at Orlando Pirates is a super squad. They've got a super team. But when you watch them, you always get this feeling that there's one missing puzzle. Who is